The average new car payment in America right now is over $700 a month. The average car insurance premium has been rising double digits for 2 years straight. And on top of all of that, the average American now spends $838 a year on unscheduled car repairs. And that number is for all vehicles on the road, including the older, simpler ones that are cheaper to fix. For a car built after 2020, that number is not your reality. Your reality is significantly worse, and most people will not find out how much worse until they are standing at a dealership service counter being handed a repair estimate that makes no sense for a car that is barely out of warranty. I am Alex. This is Built Wrong, and today we are talking about modern car ownership, specifically the financial trap that is hiding inside every new vehicle built in the last 5 years, and why the car you are driving right now may be the most expensive thing you will ever own that nobody warned you about. Let me start with a number. The AAA Foundation found that the average annual cost of ownership for a new vehicle has climbed to $12,182 per year. $12,000. That is your payment, your insurance, your fuel, your maintenance, and your repairs for a vehicle that the manufacturer will tell you's reliable, efficient, and covered by a warranty. $12,000 a year, every year, for as long as you own it. And that is before one major thing goes wrong. Here is what is changing, and why cars built after 2020 are in a fundamentally different category than cars built 10 years ago. The J.D. Power 2025 Vehicle Dependability Study, the most comprehensive independent automotive reliability study in the industry, reported an industry average of 202 problems per 100 vehicles. That is up from 190 in 2024. Problems per 100 vehicles are going in the wrong direction. And when you look at where those problems are coming from, the story becomes very clear. The J.D. Power 2023 study, which examined 2020 model year vehicles after 3 years of ownership, found that the most deteriorated areas from new to 3 years old were technology-related: infotainment systems, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay connectivity, voice recognition, and over-the-air software updates. The mechanical components of modern cars, the engines and transmissions, have actually improved significantly over the last decade. What is getting worse, consistently and measurably, is everything with a screen or a chip. And here is why that matters so much financially. A broken engine on a 2005 Toyota Camry is an expensive problem, but engine problems on older cars are mechanical. A qualified technician can diagnose them, source the parts independently, and fix them. The repair ecosystem exists. Now think about what happens when the infotainment system in your 2022 crossover fails. That system is integrated with your climate control, your backup camera, your Bluetooth, your driver assistance features, and depending on the vehicle, your instrument cluster. Replacing it is not a mechanical repair. It requires a dealer-level diagnostic tool, a proprietary software authorization from the manufacturer, and a module that costs anywhere from $1,200 to $4,000 before labor. An independent shop often cannot do it because the manufacturer controls the software access. You are going to a dealer, you are paying dealer rates, and you are paying out of pocket because your bumper-to-bumper warranty expired at 36,000 miles. AAA research found that fixing advanced vehicle systems now makes up over 1/3 of repair costs following a crash. 1/3. Systems like blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking, and parking sensors require complete recalibration after even a minor collision. At $800 to $2,500 per recalibration event, before any bodywork is addressed, you do not even need to be in a serious accident for this to apply to you. A minor parking lot tap at low speed can knock your sensors out of alignment and trigger a four-figure repair bill. Let me tell you about the windshield problem, because I think it illustrates this better than almost anything else. On a 2010 car, a cracked windshield is a $200 to $300 repair. You call any glass shop in your area, they come out, they replace it, done. On a 2022 car with a front-facing camera, a lane-keeping assist system, and rain sensors embedded in the glass, replacing the windshield requires sourcing a manufacturer-specified glass unit and then recalibrating every system that uses the camera embedded in it. That recalibration alone adds $300 to $500 to the bill. A $250 repair becomes a $900 repair for the same broken windshield. Now let me tell you what happens when the warranty runs out. Research shows that out-of-warranty vehicles aged 6 to 10 years can face annual repair bills of $1,200 to $2,000 or more. For luxury brands and many SUVs and crossovers that now sit at luxury price points even under mainstream brand names, that number can exceed $2,500 per year. And the specific failure mode that is catching modern car owners completely off guard is the infotainment and electronics system. A Lexus owner was quoted approximately $8,000 to replace a cracked navigation touchscreen assembly at the dealer. A Toyota RAV4 owner faced a quote of around $5,800 for an infotainment and navigation screen replacement. These are not exotic vehicles. These are mainstream cars driven by normal people who bought them because they seemed reliable. The electronics inside them are not reliable, and the warranty that covered those electronics has already expired. Here is the part I want you to really sit with. The complexity is not accidental. Automakers have spent years integrating more and more systems into centralized modules, specifically because centralized systems are harder and more expensive to repair outside of the dealer network. When you have to go to a dealer for every repair that involves a chip, and with modern cars, nearly everything involves a chip, the manufacturer controls the pricing, they control the parts supply, they control the diagnostic access. They designed a system that routes your repair dollars back to them for the life of the vehicle. This is the same dynamic we covered in the appliance video. The more features they add, the more ways it has to fail, and the more expensive it is to fix. The average vehicle on the road is now 12.7 years old, according to 2024 data. Americans are keeping their cars longer because they cannot afford to replace them. But here is the trap. The longer you keep a modern electronics-heavy vehicle past its warranty, the more exposure you have to exactly these expensive, proprietary, dealer-only repair events. The car is designed with a natural financial pressure point built in. You hit it somewhere between year 5 and year 8 when the warranty is gone and the electronics start to age. What can you actually do about this? 3 things. First, prioritize reliability data over feature count. The J.D. Power 2025 Vehicle Dependability Study ranks Lexus, Buick, Toyota, Chevrolet, and Cadillac as the top 5. Volkswagen, Chrysler, Jeep, Jaguar, and Audi are at the bottom. That gap reflects how each manufacturer handles the reliability of complex systems. Buy from the top of that list. Second, avoid the features that break. Every car has a base trim and a fully loaded trim. The base trim has fewer cameras, fewer screens, and fewer proprietary modules, and significantly fewer ways to produce a four-figure repair bill out of warranty. The $8,000 upgrade package becomes a $4,000 repair bill. Know what you are actually paying for. Third, budget for the reality. The in-warranty period is not the ownership experience. It is a preview. Once your warranty expires, you are exposed to the full cost structure of the vehicle you chose. Build an emergency repair fund before you need it, because you will need it. The car companies will tell you their vehicles are safer, smarter, and more advanced than ever. All of that is true. They will not tell you what it costs to fix one when the technology fails. That part is on you. Now you know.